Hello there, Internet. Mogwai here, and I got another Legends of Runeterra video for you guys today. And today we're gonna play some HECARIM because HECARIM got buffed, and that just sounds weird to me, like to say that HECARIM got buffed, because not too long ago he was actually deemed the strongest champion in the entire game. And I know a lot of you who came new to Runeterra after the official release and the Rising Tides expansion was out don't know this, but like I said, HECARIM was just top tier, man. HECARIM was the Vi of the old and was basically prevalent in every Shadow Isles deck under the sun, and Shadow Isles was considered to be the strongest region back then. So it's just kind of funny to see HECARIM in a more like underdog sort of situation right now, and I love him in this form because, you know, I'm edgy. I have a little hipster wannabe living deep inside me, and I want to play stuff that people don't play as often, right? That's how I enjoy card games. So being able to play HECARIM and be edgy about it at the same time is just like everything I ever wanted. So this is a really cool deck that I built on my stream a couple of days back. It is a deck that still, I feel like it's still not like in its final form. I believe I can optimize this quite a bit to make it a little bit better, but overall, as my initial take on the Ephemeral archetype, you know, post buff, I'm really happy with the results. Like, this deck actually performed extremely well, got me climbing through Masters rank really fast, and I was very impressed by the performance that this deck gave out, honestly. And I'm pretty excited to share with you guys because it's got some of my favorite cards and mechanics in the game. It's a pretty emo deck, as you can see, you know, death, darkness, ghosts, all that stuff. But it's super fun, and the synergies are just wild, man. So it's an ephemeral mid-range deck, which means we are synergizing with ephemeral units or units that generate ephemeral creatures. So what is an ephemeral? An ephemeral is a unit with it's basically a keyword, right, for units that says this unit dies when it strikes or when the round ends. So it's kind of like it really fits well into this like ghost temporary sort of theme, right? And one of the big weaknesses that ephemerals have had in the past is a lack of proper defense, right? They're very good at offense. You're able to get these crazy burst attack turns, but when it's your opponent to attack, you don't really have too many of them to kind of like defend you, right? Because they are dying as they strike. So preserving a strong defensive board state is one of the things that this archetype will always struggle with. But now we've been getting some new toys, and specifically thanks to this 5-drop right here in the Neverglade Collector, our ability to stall out the match to a certain point is much easier. And also, Will of Ionia really plays a big role in staying alive for this deck, and as a defensive reactive tool is just absolutely fantastic, and really makes me happy that I incorporated Ionia into the mix. Though the main reason why I added Ionia isn't necessarily because of Will of Ionia or Deny, which are two very important spells that we're running as a 2 of, but it's actually because of Deathmark right here. Deathmark is one of the main reasons to play Ephemerals to begin with. It is a 3-mana fast spell that says remove Ephemeral from an ally to grant it to an enemy. So basically, if we play Darkwater Scourge, we take away the Ephemeral keyword from the Darkwater Scourge and we give it to an opposing unit, which means for 3 mana we got to remove one of our opponent's units regardless of its stats and its size, and we have the ability to preserve a 3 mana 5/5 with Lifesteal. So yes, this combo is pretty bonkers, highly disruptible, but it also depends on what deck you're facing, because if the opposing deck only has damage as a way to interact with you, it's hard to take down a 3 mana 5/5 with just pure direct damage. It's not an easy task, right? So in some matchups, this combo is incredibly powerful, and I really just like running this card in any ephemeral deck because I just think it's too good not to, right? So on top of all this, we are running the Soul Shepherd as our prime 2-drop. It's a 2-mana 2/3 that says when you summon an ephemeral ally, grant it +1/+1. This card got significantly better, in my opinion, with the inclusion of the Blighted Caretaker, because now all of a sudden we can use Blighted Caretaker on either a Spiderling from the Vile Feast, or preferably a Cursed Keeper, or even a Shark Chariot that we set up that turn, and we can create a couple of saplings, and they become 3/2s instead of 2/1s, which means they don't die to Static Shock, Withering Wail, Vile Feast, Make It Rain, etc., etc. It's really, really impactful. The ability to give these +1/+1, it makes a big difference, especially in the early to mid game, and that's why I really like Soul Shepherd. Soul Shepherd has never been a bad 2-drop per se. It's just that Ephemeral's never really got to top tier status, and she didn't have as much support as she has now. Like I really emphasize the Blighted Caretaker detail, because I really do think it's what makes this card actually competitively viable right now, and it's a very, very important thing to note, as we are running a couple of Curse Keepers. Even though we don't have Ravenous Butchers or Chroniclers of Ruin, the reason why we're playing this mainly is to have a good sack outlet for the Blighted Caretaker. It also works well with the Oblivious Islander, which is there to potentially help us enable Deathmark in certain situations, and also maybe play our Dark Water Scourge for 1 mana cheaper, or our Shark Chariots as well, while giving us an early game blocker that can provide us a little bit of defense against more aggressive decks. Though I'm still not completely sold on the Oblivious Islander, because it can be pretty awkward in certain scenarios. That's one of the things about Ephemerals, and specifically this sort of deck, is that we have some really powerful combos, but we have some cards that can be pretty underwhelming on their own, right? So that's why we're obviously running a full set of Glimpse Beyond to draw from our deck and find these combo pieces to put them together. And overall, I'm really happy with my early game, even though it's far from perfect. We do have certain weaknesses, and we can draw pretty poorly and have a tough time with this deck list, right? That's also important to note. But as we curve out, the reason why we're playing the Dark Water Scourge as a full set is because we're running a couple of Callista. Callista is very easy to level up in this deck. In fact, the Blighted Caretaker will allow us to level up Callista in 1 turn with 1 card alone. Also, a one-off of Haunted Relic will fulfill the same requirement, as once we level up Callista, we can basically resurrect Dark Water Scourge every time we attack with her, and that's when this card really provides us insane value. Every time we resurrect it, we can potentially use Deathmark on the resurrected Dark Water Scourge as our opponent declares our blockers to just get even crazier value. And overall, she's a really, really neat addition to this deck, and I think it's a very, very vital point in it. But as you guys can see, we're not playing a full set of her. We're playing 2 copies because I want to have 1 slot for your boy Maokai, because I think Maokai is also an excellent addition to the Ephemeral archetype. The fact that he's basically an Ephemeral engine. Every time you play a unit, you're creating an Ephemeral, you're attacking with the Sapling Ephemeral if it is your turn to attack, and that helps you level up HECARIM as well. I think it's very, very key, especially because he also helps us enable the Shark Chariots as well. And overall, I really like him as a one-off. I would run another copy of him if I could, but there is a limit to the amount of champions that we can play in a deck. So ultimately, I decided with 2 Callista, 1 Maokai, and a full set of HECARIM. He is the star of this deck, our prime win condition, and an excellent finisher at that. You guys are going to see the power level HECARIM can reach in a synergistic build like this one. And that's basically what I'm going to say about HECARIM. Also, HECARIM plus Dawn and Dusk just equals profit. You'll see what I'm talking about. We have a one-off of Rekindler to potentially bring back the HECARIM, or maybe Callista as well. And a one-off of the Harrowing for matches which drag out a little bit more than we want. We can just slap this, unless we're facing Ionia and we're fearing Deny, and just revive all of our strongest allies in Ephemeral form and completely obliterate the opponent. And it's pretty efficient at that, right? Especially if we bring back a HECARIM and we keep 1 HECARIM in the back as everything else attacks, then we will gain the boost from HECARIM and not have to worry about losing him to, him striking and dying. And it can just lead to a massive, like, this deck has tremendous attack potential. And as long as you're able to patch the defense weakness, you're good to go, man. And Neverglade Collector just puts in so much work in this deck for that role that I just really love this build. It felt really sweet to play. It felt solid, and I've been rambling about it for like 9 minutes. I just really like this deck list, in case you haven't noticed. And hopefully you guys enjoy the games as much as I did playing them, honestly. So, yeah, that's all day. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for daily Legends of Runeterra content. I do post a new deck every single day, so subscribe and leave a like and all that stuff, because it's free. And free is good. And I will stop talking. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. This is a more acceptable opening hand, right? Like, we got the Deathmark alongside the Shark Chariot.
dragon approaches. Silent as death. Night falls.
So in this case, the blighted, like, this is really strong here, right?
Everyone's a garden.
In the previous opinion, which regions are the most optimal to level first? Also, awesome stream, YT video.
Dude, thank you so much.
Portugal.
The best wow, that's a heavy investment. Yeah, that's so good. That's just so good. That feels so great. I gotta explore this more. Like this into this. I just need an enabler. I'm gonna go for a glimpse beyond.
I will play my part.
Only revenge. I could play HECARIM here, but I think I'd rather do this.
Oh, fresh soil.
Problem is the sack outlet for this, right? But it's something that I can work around anyways. Maybe I need more.
Honestly, I really like money.
Oh shit, Klee. Oh shit, sorry. The best region to level up first. Honestly, it's a matter of preference, dude. Like, it's just a matter of preference.
They grow up so fast.
Like, are you asking about pure power level? This is such a big hit, by the way. Holy crap, this is the shit. This is the shit.
Shadow. Master.
Wow.
Let none disturb my meditation.
Just wow. How much mana do I have? I have a total of 9 mana? 9 mana.
Ah, the
Sweet smell of science. Okay, so 6.
Sure is dark, eh?
Tread lightly, strike hard.
Right to the Shadow Isles.
Come, this way.
I shouldn't have attacked with this, but it's fine. Yeah,
Coward.
that's rude. So, yeah, the question was more about taking into account the top decks. Which regions will be the most optimal to level first? So the top decks, yeah, just Demacia, Ionia, and then Shadow Isles.
The journey ahead is long.
glory of Demacia! Fall to our standard!
There can be no justice, only revenge.
We weren't expecting callers!
So the reason why I blocked into this is because I want to do this.
Oh, fresh soil!
Honestly, I really like my
Right, should have been more specific about it. Your elaboration was really
Menos
nice.
this.
Thank you for the insight.
Thank you, buddy.
Menos Q-Trez. Though hi yo.
One battle, one destiny. Don't back down.
That's fine. So combat to prevent this? No, no, no. I need this card draw because my hand is looking like shit. I need it. I don't know why he's okay. There you go. Nice. That's more like it. Ooh.
Show them our mettle. Sure is dark, eh? They'll see me sooner or later.
But from every fallen, a new seed.
They'll see me sooner or later.
But from every fallen, a new seed.
Fresh catch? Well, it was fresh.
Bada bada. Da 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 da.
Let's see what's out there. Defend our banner. Do not waver. Don't back down. Defend our banner.
Did I? Alright, so someone playing Burn after the nerfs. And we don't really have I'm gonna mulligan everything because we don't really have you know, the best healing in this particular deck. Like, we have the Neverglade Collector, which is what we gotta work for. So we gotta search for our, you know, early game.
First big mission.
Silence. Death comes.
Let's see if he makes the mistake of not open attacking here.
Light the fuse.
Your ancestors await.
I hope this works.
We shall not rest until all betrayers pay.
I can do this.
First one's free. No refunds.
Our vengeance manifested in you.
Don't mind me.
Accept your fate.
Boom.
Come, the journey ahead is long.
They must all pay the price.
Let me show you what I can do.
I'll take him dead or near enough. Morning, evening.
Ah, not like this.
First big mission.
We shall not rest until all betrayers pay.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
No one's the wiser.
Our aim does not falter. It is not yet your time.
Death doesn't scare me.
Better, 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 better.
Backfired.
Oh, come on.
Will come another time.
Because if I top the MegaMogwai there, it would have been pretty sad, right? Well, let's see how double Shark Cherry can work in this matchup.
Ooh,
see the Demastian border from here.
Maybe, you know, Master's rank player thinks I can block with this. Hello?
No.
Alright. When people rope like that when they have no mana, it's just kind of, this is really weird to me. I'll never get it.
Justice. Only revenge.
In Avarosa's name.
I am the light beyond light.
I want to counter this throw.
Elise, where are you?
Treachery ends now.
You have to get me out of here.
Look out for Reavers.
We shall pierce their treasonous hearts.
Everyone's a...
They must all pay the price.
Give them a chance!
I love your dicks, I mean. You know, keep the good work, man. You're amazing. Much love from Brazil.
Thank you. Thank you.
Our vengeance has burned long enough. Act now! The wrong shall find their vengeance!
My saplings.
Oh yes, she does love visitors.
The guilty will suffer. Return to us.
Shark attack. What? He's blocking wrong. Man, I don't mean to disrespect, but some of the players that I'm facing, like, first of all, this guy's like playing a bunch of like nerfed cards. What the hell was that block, dude? I'm still gonna lose because I should have not gone with an open attack. I had a deny. I should have gone for the glimpse beyond. I had a deny. I'm also misplaying a lot myself. Like, I have a death mark, and I would have easily been able to navigate around this.
Callisto, I'm here to return my spear.
What's the biggest unit he's played, though?
I smell a fight!
Yeah, I can't deal with this. To be fair, I misplayed this one myself. Doesn't take away from his weird plays there, but I could have done things differently. Like not having the death mark enabled. Now I'm just gonna get trampled. Not much I can do about this. I can trade you into you, I take 5 damage. I can trade you into you, I take 4 damage, 9 damage.
Come, the journey ahead is long.
Okay, let's see.
You shall have more to guide soon. Our bond preserves you.
So if I block, is there any way around this? Like if I block here and I block here, it's exactly lethal. So I always have to block HECARIM. This is really unfortunate. Is there any way around this?
Thirst for slaughter. I let you first.
It has to be like this. I can play this and then I can drop the other Callista and I can go for an attack with this. Like that's my only chance here. Just blocking you here.
Light the signal fires. I'm not done.
We shall pierce their treasonous hearts.
Silence. Death comes.
There is work yet to do.
Oh! Alright. Alright. Yeah, this line of play was the best. Having this deny is really key too.
That the best you got?
Yeah, I would love to see Atrocity here.
Please, betrayer.
Hey! Hey! Get him!
We shall return. We have no mercy.
Yeah, the board does change the music caliber. Yeah. According to the the chat, you aren't really subbed, but I'm gonna go ahead and believe that that's actually a bug. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. All right, so let's drop these two. Do we keep the fuck is this? I don't even know. I don't know what I'm facing here. Do I keep the Dark Water Scourge? I'm gonna keep it. Yikes. Yikes. Regret. X. Control Z, please. Can I redo? No.
Sure is dark, eh?
We're gonna drop the Oblivious Islander to reduce the cost of the Scourge here. So when we try to enable some sort of combo, we'll be able to do it that way. What am I gonna do here? I'm gonna drop you. I could just play you though. Make him paranoid, because I could have a death mark.
Swift and silent as the breeze.
Do not fear the shrouded path.
Fast as wind, light as air.
I'm gonna use the Haunted Relic as a defensive tool here to stop Zed from leveling up and connecting onto me. And then I'm gonna drop the Curse Keeper. By playing the Curse Keeper, what this allows me to do is next turn I can go for the Blighted Caretaker. Why would you ping...
Oh, heck.
Okay. Why he's playing Static Shock in that deck. That's kind of odd.
There you are.
We're gonna play Blighted Caretaker and we're threaten the Zed and damage the Solitary Monk as well. Our curve is going a little bit awkwardly here though. So I'm offering him a trade here.
The order.
If he drops something like very big and nasty, I can just Will of Ionia. I don't necessarily need to play HECARIM this turn unless, you know, he gives me a good reason to. We got the Blighted Caretaker to block into the Jewel Protector, so this body is no longer really an issue offensively. Defensively is still annoying because it can still deal 4 damage to my HECARIM blocking. But we're not quite, like, kind of wish we were a little bit closer to leveling you up. That would be neat, that would be swell, but we're not there. We have a bit of a reactive hand going on here. We've run out of gas a bit too as well. So our...
Step lightly.
Yeah, I'm just gonna play you.
The shadow approaches.
That's a 2 health gain swing, but not worthy of us doing that.
Everyone's a garden.
Yeah, this is really neat. We have Deny backup, which is really nice. And I like this.
Here comes the punchline.
Holy mother of God. Alright, let's drag you. Drag you. I mean, I'm gonna Will of Ionia. No, I need to drag you here.
Break their ranks. Thirst for slaughter.
Let's go like this. Eternal! We going in? God, HECARIM's so satisfied, dude. I love HECARIM with the Blighted Caretaker. It's just, it's really, really strong synergy, man. I love it. I really, really like this. We have Will of Ionia for this. We have Deny backup this turn as well. If you were to go for like a Spirit's Refuge here, we can just Will of Ionia that away. You're still dead. No, you're technically not dead. Do I deny this? I don't think so, right? Because right now we don't lethal him anyways. We clear a good portion of his board. And we can always Will of Ionia you later down the line. That's fine.
Justice is served.
Float this mana. Our opponent has quite a bit of mana themselves. This Shark Chariot is really neat. We have to deny though. We have a total of 11 mana this turn though, which means we can't double Will of Ionia and deny.
Everything's better with company.
Says you.
So I'm gonna go ahead and drop you.
Break their defenses.
Quietly. The dark beckons. I don't need a plan.
Closing in on the mark.
No, 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 no.
We're going in. One off lethal. If he blocks here, that's 5 damage. No.
Hold up.
Okay, so he needs some sort of like damage based something. We have deny. Hopefully that'll be enough. Maybe I could have dropped you first. But I mean, I really needed the attack here, right? If he went for this, that means he doesn't have another, like, easier way to deal with it. There we go. Attaboy! How did you know it was over, though?
What you can, coward.
Suspicious. Oh, Thresh Lux. I have not seen Thresh Lux in a while. Like, my girlfriend actually plays this deck a lot. I am gonna keep Will of Ionia. I'm gonna keep this hand. This hand is fire. This hand is super hot fire. How are we gonna do this? Because I'd rather okay, so if I play, yeah, I think I like it like that. Let's go with you.
Fresh catch? Well, it was fresh.
Because we can play you. We could drop the Shark Chariot, but I mean, this could be a nice.
Let's see what's out there.
Ooh. I'm actually gonna drop this because I wanna block these spiders.
Feels like a biggin. Man overboard.
Petricite, protect me.
Come, the journey ahead is long.
I do like the Neverglade Collector. The problem is we could be playing into a Ruination if he does have it.
Nothing to worry about. If
You have nothing to hide.
Another day in paradise.
Root them out.
Everyone's a garden.
This is the big power play.
You weren't always this way.
Come, this way.
Halt.
History will judge you.
My saplings.
I'm gonna go for the Glimpse Beyond here. I don't think he can stop this with no board presence because most of his removal is gonna be based on single combat. Nice, nice. There's your boy. There's your boy. We still have Will of Ionia to counter the detains. And we can actually play HECARIM alongside Will of Ionia this turn, which is really, really, really important. Our opponent can't really just dry pass here, I don't think.
Contain the arcane.
I'm gonna drop you. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. If he attacks, we'll just let it just go through. Did I? We going in. I could go for the jutsu, but I'm not gonna fuck around. Eternal! The power! HECARIM is the most BM, dude. I thought Twisted Fate with the Outplayed was BM, but HECARIM is just like on another level.